What's up, YouTube? Haven't posted a longer video anyways, in like quite some time. Been kind of working on posting more to my business Instagram, trying to get that kind of going. You know, it's kind of hard to manage both by yourself. But anyways, so figured I would make a video here. I'm gonna do a workout today. Here is the workout. You can see we've got our warm-up. Treat your warm-up like an additional workout. Don't skip the warm-up. You'll hear people say, oh, you don't need to warm up. You can warm up with your warm-up sets when doing the lifts. Well, you know, to each their own. I would recommend doing like an actual specific warm-up, but that's, you know, your choice. Anyways, we've got deadlifts, bench, squat, and then some accessory work down there at the bottom. I'm switching from doing like specific like heavy days and just picking a workout that I want to do, kind of like add like as my heavy workout. So today is going to be bench. I did do a lot of yard work last week, and by yard work I moved an ass load of rock, which I will show you here shortly. And so my elbows are a little sore from kind of that heavy motion, you know, carrying a lot of volume of rock by myself, myself, and I. So I got in a pretty good workout last week. Ended the week with a 2-mile run over at the high school on the track, and then just kind of wanted to kind of take it easy, relax, just because I did do a pretty serious amount of work by myself, and you know, want to protect ourselves, not have additional injuries or agitate old injuries. So, you know, that's part of fitness, is just, you know, taking it easy when you can. You can always come back the next day or the next week stronger and better. So I'm gonna walk outside and I'll show you my hard work. So here's my hard work. I moved about 12 yards worth of rock. This used to be a lot of, I've done it once before, but I did more of just like a regular kind of, you know, parking space rock. It wasn't like decorative rock like this crushed granite, so it didn't look as good. Over time, it just kind of started to kind of like waste away as I'd scoop like dog poop and all that stuff. And it just started looking like shit. So I wanted to clean this up. So I ordered 12 yards worth of rock to get it all back and looking all nice. So, I think it looks amazing from all the way back here. I also moved a bunch of rock over there, which is going to be my son's kind of like play area. I'm going to build a big park and then put a border around it and stuff and fill it with bark, so that he has a nice soft place to hang out. But anyways, from here all the way to over there is about 45 feet. So I'm gonna get a big huge piece of fake turf, about 12 feet by 40 to 45 feet long, and run it all the way to the concrete. That way I can start doing some outdoor workouts and stuff like that I want to do this summer. And so, but yeah, that's kind of what I did last week. And the first day was pretty rough. I think I spent a total of like 20 hours doing that. So wasn't like a lot of work. It was very much just very like repetitive. Moving it from, you know, the initial part probably wasn't as bad because everything was kind of like, you know, in a general area. But then as I started moving bits of it farther and farther away and throwing it and stuff, my back was pretty cooked. But took it easy and then recovered and we got back at it. I'm happy with the way it looks. I'm excited to be able to have that space. Also, I really want to buy a sled and some other stuff, you know, that I like that athleticism part of it, of having turf and being able to do more. Obviously, you can't do like full dead-on sprints in that space, but you can definitely work on like explosive takeoff power in that 40-45 foot range, which is also really good if you're trying to build like some of that athleticism, which I enjoy doing. So that's just a little update. But now I'm going to jump into my warm-up, which is boring. I'm not going to bore anybody with that, and then we'll jump into the actual workout, and then we'll just BS through this workout and come out on the other side. So let's get it. Little 3x15 deadlift. We're going to start with 135. We'll see how we feel. Ran kind of a faster mile pace over the weekend. My hips keep feeling like almost like a little bit of like it's like catching or something. So got to be careful. But we're going to start small here. And I think we're doing 3x15. So. Might put on another, 20 pounds. Good old 155. Start bouncing it. Boom, boom. I've been seeing a lot of these like fitfluencers, YouTube, whatever, people talking about how, oh, if you can't do this specific, much weight, you're not a man, you're not this, you're not that. You know what? Lift what you can safely. Lift what you can that's going to allow you to adhere to a program and slowly progress to a point that you want to progress to. You can get to a point where you don't want to progress anymore because of the risk of injury becomes too high. I'm so sick of these trainers who consistently push this like BS narrative that you have to always be progressing. Like, you don't, right? You should get to a point, like you should have a goal, and if you reach that goal, good for you, and you should be happy about that. And if you want to maintain that, then great. If you want to continue to push and drive and try to push yourself a little bit harder, then you do that. Somebody telling you that because you can't do something that you're not good enough is the reason why so many people do not start in their fitness journey, because of the fear that they're not doing enough. By you starting, by you just doing something, like getting your ass up off the couch and going for a walk around the block a few times, that is a start. You are doing something, and that should be recognized. If you're a trainer and your belief is, oh, if you can't do this, you're not doing good enough, you should probably just go shove your head in some sand, because you're not helping The whole point of being a trainer and being involved in the fitness space is to help drive people forward and get more people involved, not push people away because of what they're doing or where they feel that they need to start isn't good enough. Not everybody has the same goals. Not everybody has the same lifestyle. Not everybody has the same, like, oh, I want to be shredded. I want to be this. I want to do this. I want to do that. That's not what everybody's like. That's not what everybody wants, right? People have different stresses in their lives. People have different amounts of time designated at certain parts of the day. Other people have more responsibilities than other people. So, you know, as a trainer, you should be meeting people where they are, like right here, right now, not where you think you need to meet them. It's where they're at, and then you build the plan and you build the program around them. That's what makes a good trainer. A good trainer is somebody who understands their client and understands their belief systems, what they're trying to achieve, what might have been holding them back in the past, not what you feel they should be doing because you have some sort of bias inside of you. So just want to put that out there. So if anybody is offended by that, I hope you are, because I'm speaking directly to people like you. And generally it's going to be your 18-year-old, early 20s type trainer who's going to start, saying all this random stuff that works for them, and so they feel that everybody else should do that too. Well, they haven't even actually really lived like a full life yet. They don't have any real responsibilities. So that's my rant. But anyways, we're gonna bench. Nothing crazy. 155 to do a little warm up, and then this is supposed to be my heavy lift, but we'll see. Shoulders are a little sore. Body's a little sore. Moving 30,000+ pounds of rock is real work. $225. We're just doing this for 3. This is going to be our start for our 4x3. Let's see how it feels. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't touched that in over a week. Feels pretty heavy. It's crazy how quickly something can go from not being as super heavy to feeling very heavy so fast. And lift off. God, I'm feeling weak. Oh. We went up 10 pounds, 255. Should go wide. $275. Might get 1, might get 2, might get 3. We'll see. Oh. We're just showing up. That's all we're trying to do. Show up. I think we're just gonna stop right there. Shoulder's not feeling good. Ooh. You know, we don't get to control a lot of things in our lives, but there are a couple things that we do have control over. 1, the type of people that you hang out with. 2, your attitude. And 3, whether or not you do something active for yourself, like taking care of yourself, right? You can control those 3 things. You can choose to have a poor attitude. Sure, there's some outside things that can kind of play into that, right? That can kind of dictate whether or not you're in a you have a good attitude or a bad one. But you do get to control the things that you allow into your life that affect you, right? So take that into consideration. Whatever it is that you're doing, remember, you can control whether you do something active. It doesn't have to be specifically lifting weights. It can be going for a light jog, going for a long walk, doing some push-ups, doing some sit-ups, buying yourself some elastic bands and doing stuff in your living room. There's no excuse to not take care of yourself. Choosing to not do it is a selfish act on yourself, like you're being selfish by not taking care of yourself, especially if you have people who rely on you. And even if you don't, you still have family and friends who care about you. So remember that. And you'll do 3 sets of biceps and back flies. Last set. Curls and back flies. Man, might have to just do hammer curls on this one. 15. So that was the workout today. Getting back into it. Didn't really work out last week. Like I said, I was moving a bunch of rock, so I felt that, you know, that many yards equals around 30 to like 32,000 pounds worth of gravel. That was probably more weight than I lift anyways in a regular week. So I did that in 3 days, so about 20 hours total time. So I took it kind of easy, getting back into weights. Feel like I'm, you know, putting on some pretty good size. I'm also dropping some weight. So I'm starting to look a little bit, probably a little bit more filled out, but I'm getting smaller, at least on the scale. I'm feeling a little bit weaker. So I think that there is kind of some of that give and take there. But that's the workout today. I'm gonna sit in my little steam sauna and sweat a little bit. You can probably hear it in the background bubbling. But we're just gonna get back into it this week. Start powering through, start building some of that strength and that muscle. And this is just how it's done, guys. It's not rocket science, it's not hard. You know, like I said, everybody's goals are different. Everybody's, you know, at different stages of their life and things that they want. All you have to do is just start. That's the best thing that you could do, is just start. Nobody can take that from you, but you have to stay consistent. Worst thing you could do is start and then completely quit. You know, a week or two in, you're just gonna resort right back to where you were, if not worse, than where you were before you started. So everybody enjoy your week. Spring and summer's right around the corner. So for those of you that are in the other side of the country where you've got a bunch of snow and ice, just know better days are coming, and we're all gonna be outside looking good, enjoying the weather, and enjoying ourselves and our family and friends.